Hello and welcome. Thanks so much for joining me. This is Jeff Bird with the Encouragement Corner, and we're continuing today in our series on the love talks. And I'm taking these from it's called the love chapter. You know, you often hear it read at weddings. It's 1 Corinthians 13, and Paul is writing to his friends. He says, now I'm going to show you the most excellent way. And he starts to describe what love is. He's saying, hey, this is the best way that life can be. And this is the fourth description of love that we're going to talk about today. And I'm reading this from the Passion Translation, and it says, love does not brag about one's achievements nor inflate its own importance. Love doesn't do that. Love doesn't need to impress you. It's just good. And I think, well, why are we prone to brag about our achievements or inflate our own importance? And I think it's because of disesteem. We feel disesteem at the heart level. Every single one of us in this world knows what it's like to have that internal critic, that judge, saying, you're not doing it right enough. You're not doing enough. You're not enough. We feel that. And so I think we try to combat it in our own ability, and that's like work real hard to try to prove something and then try to impress other people with what we've done, or bragging about our achievements, bragging about ourselves. And I think it's just our weak attempt to combat that voice of that inner critic, that inner judge, that everybody universally knows that voice. The judge is the universal saboteur, and it is defeated by mercy. When you look at yourself and go, in mercy and in compassion, look at a child picture. I've been doing that recently. I have one right around here somewhere. I think I got one right here of myself that I can show you. I was using this in a presentation yesterday, but look at the picture of yourself as a child and go, wow. Can you imagine anybody just going to that child and saying, no, you're not enough. You're never going to be anything. You're just a failure. You always make mistakes. I mean, what kind of person would do that? Well, me. I've done that to that child, and then we grow up and we become young people, and we want to look like we've got it together, and we want to look and show how good we are, and so we brag and we inflate our own importance, and instead of just going, no, mercy triumphs over judgment. We have that inner critic. I mean, maybe that came through another person. That voice gets in through the wounds. Just like in the American Civil War, a lot of people didn't die from their actual wounds. They died from the infection that got in through the wounds. So say my parents were struggling with some things of their own, and they addressed me in the wrong way, the wrong tone, the wrong words, and I took it because I thought my parents were perfect. I thought it was just, oh my gosh, I'm the problem. I'm just the no good one. I'm just the failure here. And then let me try to be something. Let me try to prove something to people. So that's where that comes from. But love doesn't do that. Love goes, okay, mercy, God's mercy. He is only mercy. He is ever mercy. He is eternally mercy. He's like, I am looking at you in mercy. And my mercy, Christ became a person. God became a person in Christ, and then just showed me mercy on every turn, and then gave himself to show, hey, mercy forever triumphs over that judgment. I forever love and forgive you. My mercy is greater than any judgment, any negative self-talk, negative thing, that limiting belief that you've imagined. It's always greater than that. Mercy triumphs over judgment. Mercy will silence the voice of the judge, the inner critic, and it will make it so that you're like, you're just breathing, grateful, and just in mercy, and you don't feel the need to try to prove that you're anything to anybody. You just go out and love them. You don't have to prove that you're something special because you already know you are. You don't have to prove that because you're not fighting that judge in your own strength anymore. You're going, hey, like Colossians 2:10 says, I'm complete in Christ, and he's the head over all rule and authority. There's no other voice. There's nothing else. There's no judge. There's no inner critic that can come against him. He says, hey, I am forever, and I'm always merciful to you, forgiving of you, accepting of you. I understand. I'm not looking at the things that you've done, that you're doing. I've taken those away. I don't look at those anymore. I understand why you did this. I understand the voices that came to you, the things that happened to you, the thing how it made you feel, and I love you. I am looking in mercy and empathy and compassion and forgiveness towards you, and I'm never looking at those things. I'm just looking at that person that I made and that I love. So, thanks so much for joining me. I hope these thoughts will really help that, and just remember that mercy triumphs over the judgment, that internal judge and that inner critic, and let it forever do that, and may it do that to you and me. And until next time, God bless you.